Okay.
So let me revise one more time what we have covered in the list comprehensive. So we had created this 5 line code where we have list is equal to new, and this is consisting for loop which is having range 1 to 11. Inside this for loop we have x percentage 2 which is treating the odd values only, and list dot append is just adding one value in each iteration. So finally, we are printing this value, and the type of this list new is list here, right? Then we converted this old method into the list comprehensive. So this one is the list comprehensive, list conventional method or old method of writing any or creating any list. But this one is the list comprehensive method. So for x for 2 like x strict strict 2 for x in range if this condition exists. If your case study requires this condition, then only we will write, otherwise we will skip this part, right? This is optional one. Let's say you required only odd one, if you required all the numbers, so we won't write this if condition in this at this place. This list comprehensive is not accommodated or limited with the integer numbers only. Here we have implementation of string also. So ch in this value, and it's going to append one value. So if you are going to print this value inside the for loop, here you can see one by one each values are printing out, right? But if I'm going outside the for loop and printing this case, so it's a printing all these value here, which is the last output, right? So the second example is for square each element, right, in my value, right? So that would be square value. So x raised to power 3 then in the range 1, and here we are going to combine these two list 1 and list 2. It's using for y and for x, right? Do we
Yes.
have any doubt? So here is the application. One of the application of the list comprehension is to flatten a list comprising these values to multiple list into a single list, right? If you want to list matrix for number of rows in matrix for number is row, for row in matrix and for number in matrix.
How does it know what num is?
Num is iteration value, can you see here for x is the iterable variable. So iterable variable will pick each value one by one. So like let's say here is the range. So what's range? It's a set of value in between 1 to 10. So what's this x is doing here? This it's a picking each value one by one. What's the ch here? Ch is iterable variable. Iterable variable is pointing one character in a single epoch. ch is again pointing k in the next ch is pointing t in the next in the third iteration. This ch variable is having value c in the fourth iteration. Did you understand this one?
Yes.
Similarly, here we have num for row in matrix, right? So num is the output, right? It's kind of like this is the output. This x multiplies output, right? This x extra is output, right? Similarly, here we have num is the output for row in the matrix, right? So row is iteration. Instead of row, you can, okay, let me give this example. Let's say I'm having matrix 1 is equal to 1 2 3. Okay, so here we have 1 comma 2 comma 3, and then we have 4 comma 5 comma 6, then we have 7 comma 8 comma 9, and then we have comma, and then we have comma, right? So let me print out this matrix 1, simply printing these values. It's just a multi-dimensional matrix or 3 cross 3 matrix. value, right?
Yeah.
But I'm going to create matrix 2, which will using list comprehensive. So this time I'm using Ahana as an output and then writing for Sachin in, now pointing towards my matrix, which is consisting my all values, right? So instead of num and row, I can replace by some custom variable also, right? So compiler will treat in such a way. Now I'll
What
write
does num for row and num in row, like, what's the difference?
num for row. I'll just explain. So for num in row, right? So here we have for Ahana in Sachin, right? So, so it means it's a representing in value. Yes. So this Ahana is kind of output, right? There is no limitations here, right? So for search it in matrix 1, right? So it's a treating this value one by one, right? When this matrix, this Sachin will treat like each element in this matrix, 1, 2, 3, right? And for Ahana in Sachin means it's having a row number. It's a row number and it's a now column numbers, right? So when this, okay, let me print this. Can I print something? Yes. Can you see? It's a printing 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, right? So in each iteration, we are picking Sachin in one row. Like in single row, this is treating single row, and then 1, 2, 3. So this Ahana will pick column numbers, right? So then it will, okay, let me replace this 11, then 14, 15, 17, right? Can you see? First, it's picking out 12 to 3. Once this iteration is completed, then let's go back to the next row. So this is just for the first row, and this is for increment in column vertically. Can you visualize this one?
Can you print it out normally?
Uh,
Like without the print? Yeah.
yes. Can you see it now? So it's a flattering of all these values. Let's say I'm going to add like 10 and then 77, or so will it print? Yes, print all these values. So 1, 2, 3, 10, 17 will be printed out. Once it is finished, then it will goes to the second row. So this row is for row wise, and this for loop is for column wise, right? But what if I replace this Sachin by, no, that won't affect anything. Will it affect if I replace by Sachin with Ahana and Ahana by Sachin?
No?
Okay, that let I'm going to write Ahana. Here I am writing Sachin. Here I am Ahana. Can you see now? What's this? 1, 2, 3, 10, 7. Why it's getting this output? Because it's a treating for this is kind of values, right? So it's asking for the first iteration. It's taking entire iteration. And then Sachin in Hana means what's the value of Hana now? It's a 0. So for Sachin in 0 means all these values, all these values, 4 times, right? 1, 2, 3, 4 times. 4 times. It's a printing 1, 2, 3, 3 times because 3 values are there. So it will search for 3 times. So 3 times all these index number will be printed out. Can you imagine this iteration?
I'm thinking.
Sure.
I think I get it.
Okay. I'm writing the same code. I in one print I. Let's see the output. Can you see? We are printing all these I. What does it mean? It means we have I as a, it's a treating all these square bracket as a single, as an as a single element. This is single element 0. It's having element like index number 1. This whole list is having index number 2. So it's printing one by one. This is the meaning of our for loop. Is it right?
Yeah.
Right. Now I'm going to make this more complexer. So it's for in I. So I'm going to print this time instead of I. Now I'm going to j. Can you predict? Can you tell me the output now before printing? I want to your prediction. What would be the output in your mind in this case?
Will it just be the same list?
Uh,
But like it will print however times it is?
okay. Can you tell me the numbers in a certain sequence?
Like 1, 2, 3, 10, 77, and then that 5 times again?
Uh, 5 times the same element 5 times.
Yeah.
Okay, but my answer is it will print 1, 2, 3, 10, 77, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's it. All elements single time. Let's see who is correct, whether you are correct or mine output. Can you see?
If it prints out the same thing, then what's the point of for J and I?
Yes. J in I means, what's the I here? I represents the whole list. Can you see? The selected one is the whole I in a first iteration. When it goes to the first loop, so this I is consisting of entire list. So when this list is passing with this place, so what's this J here? J represent all these elements inside this I. So this iteration, like inner for loop will accomplished whenever it will print all these values 1, 2, 3, 10, 77. That's it. Once it has printed all these 5 elements, inner for loop finished. Now it will go outside this I condition, then it will search for the second I. Now I am having the second list as a second I value, which is having index number 1. Did you get this statement? Now
Wait,
it
can you
go
repeat it?
yes. So when we have I in matrix means first iteration of I here, this this whole list, not a single element, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so how many iteration do we have in I? We have 3 iterations, right? We have seen here, we have, and I am going to print I. So we have overall 3 iterations, right? So this entire list is a single first I value in the in this for loop. This is the second I value. This is the no. So I value is not a single element but entire whole list. When I'm going to add this more for loop for j in I, now it's searching in the whole list this value. This j is what? The value one by one. It's traversing these values one by one inside all these majority of list. Once this value will be printed, then it will goes up for the second iteration. Second iteration consists 4, 5, 6. Now this j in I will have 4, 5, 6. Once it is printed out, then it will goes to the 7, 8, 9. So inner for loop is working in a single list, but outer for loop is working for a outer list. Right? Can you see? It's a printing. Did you get this? How nested for loop is working?
I think so.
Okay. Now suppose I'm having like this list. Well, so 4 dimension list in Python. Let's say how would you write this array? Right? It's a 2 dimension only, right? But when we talk about 4 dimension or more dimension here, so okay, let's move ahead. Application nested if condition, right? So for if condition, if this condition with list comprehensive, right? Let's say we have n number of values, right? For list one is consisting of, let's say, several numbers. These numbers are in between. Okay, list one is what? One is x, and for I in range 21, if x percentage 3 is equal to 0, if x percentage 5 equal to 0, right? Finally, list 1. Can you guess what would be the output of this list comprehensive when we are adding two values like x instead of 2 here and add 3 here? Let 21.
It will print the multiples of both 3 and 5 up to 50.
Both 3 and 5. Can you comment again?
It will print the multiples of 3 and 5 until 50.
Yes. So we have, okay. So 15. Okay. So for x in this condition, where we have all these, right? So here we have all these, here we are satisfying both these conditions. Then this condition is true as well as this condition, right? So all
Yes.
these values are divisible by 3 as well as divisible by 5. Both conditions are true. All right. So instead of writing this value for x in range, right, 1, this will be if x percentage e equal to, then if x percentage 5. Okay, write, let me print first. Can you see in between x 0 in between to 51, all these values are divisible by 3, right? Now I am going to add if x percentage 5 equal to 0, and then add this. Now, can you see all these values are printed? When these two conditions are true, it is nested if. So in list comprehensive, we write concurrently both if conditions. Can you compare both the code?
Yes.
But it requires more memory, more lines of code. It's a smaller code, easy to understand, and with small capacity buying in the right. I'm going to add one more condition. If x percentage two, then going to can you predict the output now?
30.
30, and
Um,
is it the only number?
no.
Let's say we have four options. E. So in A you said
0.
30. B have let's comma. In C the only and none. What would be your correct option? A, B,
B.
B. Why B? But earlier you said only 30.
Because 0 also makes sense.
Both these values. Now in another way, add this condition in my complex value, right? But right?
Yeah.
Okay. Now uh, I'm going to stop my screen here and contain, and you can uh, first this code will be here.
I understand it.
But thank you.
So do I write it again?
Yes, in the note, like you will have to run this code, and only you will get the.
Okay.
So instead playing with the numbers, we can put string numbers also, string values of the list comprehension.
Okay. Oh,
Did you get the output? Can you make any changes in between so that you can have experimental way?
I can change the range to 20 and it can be divisible by 6.
Okay, so can we go for the next code? Yes, if I percentage, yes. So what's the meaning of this second code?
They're printing the number, and if it's divisible by 2, then they put a yes is equal to yes, and if it's not, then it's equal to no. And it's all the numbers below 9
Good.
or
Can,
equal,
can you write
including
the,
9.
can you implement a collab note?
Okay. Do I move on to page 10?
Yes. So how dictionary is using this comprehensive, you can go for the key value for in iteration, right? So this is just introduction part. Can you go for the coding itself? Yes. Here we have key value for key value in iterable, and we know every dictionary including key and values both, right? So the list comprehensive is using key and values concurrently. Can you go for the page number 12?
Can you not use range?
Uh, my dictionary X. So yes, X in yes. Instead of range, they have given some like this value. Um, Uh, what do you call it? This list, certain list.
But
But you,
can you use range?
yes, yes, 100%.
Oh, okay.
Can you go back little? That PD. Can you see now they are using curly braces,
Oh,
right?
okay.
Because when you call this dictionary is using curly braces, but list is using square bracket, which means we are creating a new dictionary instead of new list.
Okay.
So when you convert square bracket into the list, means you are like converting these values in dictionary only. And can you observe one thing? Can you go up, scroll up little bit? Did we use like first value is the okay? Can you go back to the PDF because you do not have that code? Yes. Can you go up little bit and you go focus at the each value each? Can you focus that yes? Post yes. Did we write any colon there? We do not have any colon. Can you scroll up little bit in previous codes? Do we have anywhere colon?
No?
But they were successfully running, right? Because we do
Yeah.
not have colon in list. We have colon in dictionary that separates key with the values. So on the left hand side of the colon, we have key. On the right hand side of values, we have value. Did you recall that? Can you
Yeah.
go up little bit? We do not have anywhere like colon. The first number num is the output, but after this output variable, we do not have colon here when we creating list comprehensive. But when we move to the dictionary comprehensive, can you switch to page number 12? Yes. So when we are creating dictionary comprehensive, this is using colons,
Okay.
right? So on the left hand side of x, we have all the numbers 1, 1, 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But on the right hand side, we have square root of these elements.
Okay. I can use in range, right?
Yes, you can use range 5. So yeah, yes, range 6 you can use. It will create six v values. Wonderful, right? So 0 to 5 all this. Can you make it this x plus 10 on the left hand side, like my dictionary colon yes plus 10, right? Can you write it down? Run this again.
All the left-hand values increase by 10.
Yes, on the left hand side. Whatever you are giving on the left hand side, all these right is okay. So can you replace this x plus 10 with the Sachin and quotes? Of course, this is a string value. So you no, not this will give error. So please remove this x plus and then x plus also and give only Sachin. Remove this x also. Give only Sachin. Can we do that? If
Yeah.
yes, so what would we do? If no, so why not?
Wait, it can.
Okay.
Wait.
I
Wait,
think
no, never
we
mind. It can.
I
It can.
I think we cannot.
Oh.
Let's see who is correct. Can you run this code? Okay. We can, but it's overwriting. Why it's overwriting? Because we can create, look, so on the left hand side we have keys, the value of keys. So we have single keys in a dictionary, but multiple values in a dictionary. Can you go to the next code? Can you create the next code? No, no, not this code. Like in the Python dictionary. Okay. So the next code, can you click on plus code?
Oh,
Yes. Now we have my dictionary one is equal to colon, and then can you write this ahana?
on the left hand side?
Yes. Yes. Uh, and give any number, comma, give Rahul a colon, and then give any integer numbers, comma, ahana again, and give any other different number. Let's say 20. And hit enter, write my dictionary one again, so that we can get the output on the screen. Yes. Can you run? Can you see this output?
I'll only print the last one
Yes,
for Hana.
which is the updated one. It's overwritten, right? We cannot have same keys. Key should be unique in the dictionary. If you are giving deliberately this one, so it's overwriting. The same it's giving in the ninth number, the ninth line. So you are creating such in 6 times, or you are 60 times, or 100 times. It will give the last updated value. Can you change all the number 5, 98, 20 by 20? Can you keep all these values same? And can you make it
Will it
Ahana?
still
Yes.
work?
Yes. Can you make it Ahana 1? Yes. Now, can you tell me what would be the output now?
It'll be a Hana 20, Rahul 20, a Hana 120.
Yes. We will get all these keys and all these values. But there are slight difference between first and names.
Okay,
All right. Can you go back to the PDF? Can proceed with but first understand this code, then only write.
I got it.
Wonderful.
What does the order matter?
Uh,
Like, can I do x colon x cubed if x um cubed divide
can you write in the
mod 4?
can you write in the collab exactly, right? No, it's not following this.
But didn't we read it earlier for list?
Oh,
Didn't?
oh, heck.
Because like we wrote if before 4.
So this is for this value. If this I percent no, or I in oh, Okay, can write. Can you go back a little bit?
Does it need else?
Can you go up a little bit? That scroll up a little. Asking for include some else.
Does that work?
I think no. Yeah, we cannot include the colons. Don't include colon. Yes, just write simply good. Really appreciable. So we have if condition, then else or condition.
And if there is no need for else, then you put the if in the end. Okay.
Then you go else. So first line find value price value points by the point.
Yeah.
Yeah. Can you go back in your so have you created one my dictionary one? Can you create a new code in 11 and 12? My dictionary one dot items and round bracket. The item is not the variable, not the item value, iteration counter. Build function. Right of items can you write values again the function. Can you write these the values can are inbuilt function for every dictionary in Python. If you see anywhere in the dictionary implementation, can you go back to the PDF file? Can you see this one is using items implemented for item comma value in old price dot items mean implemented on both side either side.
Okay.
All right. So
Yeah.
okay. So I think did you get this code or
Yeah, I get it.
right. So this 4.75 by each one 1.5 2.5 and it price will be updated. Can you count conditional one? We items know what the items
Jack, Um, 38 Michael 48
Both
Guido.
these. If this percentage, what's the V here?
38
Yes, value. K, what's the K here?
the key.
Yes, Jack. They are getting even conditions already. First two,
Yeah, since you're even.
let's say I'm asking those have old even numbers in the maths. I'll go.
Okay.
Can you scroll down a little bit? I've seen since to
Yeah,
down condition all loop.
yeah.
Have, can we bind this?
No.